the last three videos, we dealt with the ancient writer's version of Jesus' comments concerning fulfillment of the Jewish law. In each case, he spoke of the shift from just doing religion to being in the way. In the next three videos, the ancient writer reflects upon the ancient speaker's words concerning the religious rituals of giving, praying, and sacrifice. In each illustration, the primary attitude to manage is modesty. He contrasts the modesty of the way with acting out a religious role for others to see. He illustrates how religion gets the way backwards. Walking the walk and talking the talk will not replace managing your thoughts. Going through repetitive religious motions and chatter is not a genuine indicator of one's inward being. The ancient writer has the speaker transition to these three illustrations of ritual with a warning. Beware of practicing your righteousness before others to be noticed by them. Otherwise, you have no reward with Theos, who is within you. Over the next 2 minutes and 12 seconds of the proposed speech, the writer has the speaker illustrate the danger of repetitive rituals, as the hypocrites do. He says, Theos, who is in secret, will respond to you in secret. My parents taught me the only secret possible was a secret I do not tell. The secret's safe place is within me. Was the ancient speaker named Jesus speaking of the kingdom within your sovereign self? Was he proposing a secret place for you to appeal within yourself? I'll leave that to you as we consider the writer's three ritualistic illustrations. This section of the speech begins with arguably the most common of religious rituals. Few religious gatherings occur without a public collection of money. Apparently, religious solicitation rituals have been going on for a very long time. Some may pass a gold or wooden plate, others a chicken bucket or a money bag. Still others may come forward and lay money on an altar. The ancient writer has the ancient speaker giving some advice. When therefore you give alms, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may be honored by others. Truly I say to you, they have their reward in full. But when you give alms, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your alms may be in secret, and Theos, who sees in secret, will repay you. During the years I served as a pastor, I inquired of hundreds of people why they jettison religion from their lives. The three most common responses are telling. All they want is my money. They make me feel guilty. And they are all hypocrites. In other words, those hypocrites use guilt to get my money. Responding to this, our most radical change in a religious setting was to cease public displays of giving. Religion thought we would starve, and said so. Public giving had been very little, and continued to be very little. Our overall financial situation remained much the same. We were poor. However, with the pressure off, our small congregation doubled. If by refraining from public displays giving diminishes, then the hypocrisy suggested by the ancient writing is obviously so. Such decline in funds illustrates that most are thus giving to be noticed as giving, or perhaps giving out of guilt. No matter the motive, a show for giving puts pressure on everyone to do likewise. The one unable to give, or the one simply declining to give, feels conspicuous. The ancient writer has Jesus encouraging his listeners to be unassuming. Whether one sounds a trumpet or sounds a church organ, whether we announce our gift to our friends and neighbors, or to the world on television, it is fairly easy to see the purpose today. We have developed a need to be seen as giving. Remarkably, in this regard, atheists are better followers of Jesus than theists. On the whole, atheist organizations are simply more honest than theist organizations when asking for support. The ancient writer has the ancient speaker speaking of alms, support for the poor. Both atheist and theist organizations have a small measure of help for the poor. But atheists are upfront that their pleas for money are about supporting atheism and the shared political interest of most atheists like separation of church and state. Theists, on the other hand, use helping the needy and gaining blessing from God or gaining God's favor as a motivator for giving. For the vast majority of churches in America, budgets are eaten up by the staff, the stuff, and the rituals, and especially church buildings. A very small sliver of a pie chart actually reaches the hands of a needy person. When it comes to giving to the poor, the ancient speaker appears to speak only concerning private giving. In other words, keep it to yourself. And perhaps all, if not most, giving to the poor should be given directly to the poor. The speaker is not establishing new law concerning the type of musical instrument used to announce a gift, secrecy concerning the size of the gift, or giving with only one hand for that matter. The attitude to manage is modesty when giving. The way to be is pure in heart, honest about why give in the first place. In the next video, the ancient writer reflects upon the ancient speaker's words concerning prayer. He has Jesus saying, "Keep it to yourself. Don't make it public, and do not use repetitious words."